Hi, my name is Linsdau. I'm a polar explorer and professional traveler. Today I'm going to review the Black Diamond Revolt headlamp. Is this possibly one of the coolest rechargeable headlamps in the outdoor industry? Let's find out. Black Diamond Revolt headlamp. Sure enough, time has marched on. Instead of ancient alkaline batteries and light bulbs, we now have LED headlamps. But not only do we have LED headlamps, we have USB rechargeable headlamps. How cool is this? Now, I'm going to give you a little bit of experience of what it was like to use my headlamp on a short expedition a couple months ago, and say why you might actually like to have this headlamp. But first, before I do that, if you wouldn't mind, just click the subscribe button below. That helps me bring information to you, and it makes it much easier for me to run this channel. Thank you very much. So as you can see, I've got the Black Diamond Revolt headlamp on. Whoo, yeah, that thing is bright. Now, one of the challenges with a headlamp is batteries. That is arguably the #1 challenge with headlamps. Now, the nice thing about all the Black Diamond headlamps, whether I have the version that doesn't have a recharging port, or this one, or my Black Diamond Storm headlamp, which is much more hardcore, batteries are everything. So what are the best batteries for headlamps? Well, they are these, the Energizer Ultimate Lithiums. Now, I'm going to put links to everything below, including these Energizer Lithiums, this Black Diamond headlamp, and also the Revolt headlamp, and also my Storm headlamp if you want something really hardcore. So I'm going to wear this headlamp just so I look really cool in the video. But one of the things about headlamp batteries, and I've experienced this multiple times, is if you start and you say, hey, I'll just go to Walmart, CVS, Rite Aid, Costco, wherever, or Target, and purchase some batteries, invariably you're going to look and you're going to say, hey, those alkaline batteries work just fine. They work in my remote control. All headlamps take AAA batteries. This headlamp takes AAA batteries. But you'll say, hey, I'll get those alkalines. Then you'll be out in your cold, snowy location. You'll turn on your headlamp, and within probably an hour, your headlamp will start to poop out on you, and you'll wonder why. Well, that's because alkaline batteries do not work well in the cold at all, say below freezing. And many times of the year when you're doing outdoor activities, often it is kind of chilly, and that happens really often most of the time of the year in most of the United States, or even in the world. So you go through the store and you think, dang, what should I do? Oops, dropped one of them. And you should pick up these Energizer lithium batteries. Now, they are absurdly expensive. Check out the link below. When you click the button and you say it's how much for 4 batteries? Are you kidding me? Okay, so back the horse up a bit. The reason you want to buy these batteries is because 1, they weigh less than alkaline batteries. But 2, somewhat importantly, they last far longer than alkaline batteries, because what's in your phone? Lithium rechargeable. What's in your laptop? Lithium rechargeable. It's all about the lithium batteries. Now, that said, these are not rechargeable. There are no double or AAA rechargeable lithium batteries on the market as of the making of this video, simply because if you attempt to recharge these lithium primary batteries, there's a high probability they will explode. Okay, so these are the ultimate batteries for this headlamp. But as I said, this headlamp is rechargeable. So what batteries are great with this headlamp? Well, Black Diamond had the vision to deliver rechargeable batteries with this headlamp, and I will crack this open just to show you that here. And they're called the Black Diamond Revolt batteries. Okay? Now on the side of this headlamp is a USB micro charging port. If you're a USB fanatic, get over it. That's going to take a long time to get anywhere, okay? But the USB micro connector is where you charge this headlamp from. So that's pretty cool. So one of the things about the headlamp is this has exactly and only one button to run all of the different functions on the Revolt headlamp. Now, one of the things that people do complain about, and I have to agree, is that there are a lot of different button presses and sequences of button presses to make this headlamp do what you want it to do. If you just want to fire up this headlamp, you just tap it and it's ready to go. Tap it again and it's off. Tap, tap, and it switches from the high power beam to the broad wide beam. Tap again and it's off. Tap, hold, release, and the red night vision lamp comes on. Pretty cool. Turn that off. Tap and release, comes on. So if you tap, hold, and release, then the headlamp gets back into normal mode. So far so good, right? Okay, we're going to get the high power lamp going. And now I'm going to press and hold, and it goes to maximum power, where you've got both the high beam and the broad swath. That's the ultimate power mode. But if you press and hold, the headlamp powers down to minimum power. Click, 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 click. So, does it feel like you have to run Morse code to run this headlamp? In a way, I would say yes. So that is the one downfall of a headlamp with very complex operation and capabilities, is that simply it can be a little bit of a learning curve. Now for me, what I do is I just keep pressing, holding, and releasing, and eventually after I haven't used the headlamp for 3 months, I figure it out pretty quick. So that is a factor. Let me grab the USB cable here. Hopefully the camera won't go too out of focus. All right, so I'm going to show you that this USB cable, USB micro, just simply fits into the side of the headlamp. So if you run around a lot and you forget batteries, check it out. Totally cool. That rechargeable ability on the headlamp is super, super nice. Now the headlamp also has a lock ability. If you press and hold for 4 seconds, beep, 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 beep. Perfect. That means that the headlamp is now locked. So if your headlamp is in your bag and it's rolling around, I don't know how many times I've gotten to somewhere, my headlamp is on, but it's barely on because this gets turned on. It's really irritating. So that press and hold ability, 1, 2, 3, 4, on. There we go, back in business, is nice. However, in this IPX8 case, which is water resistant, meaning some water can penetrate if you drop this in a lake or stream, if you open this guy up, what I always do is, instead of trying to rely on the lock system and all that, is I take out, if I can get it out without dropping it, I take out one of the batteries. Sure enough. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Perfect. There. So I can't even get the battery out because it's a small design. I will use my USB cable and I will pop one of the batteries out. So this is my little hack for you, is to get the battery out as quick as possible. Put all of this in a Ziploc so when you show up, you don't have a dead headlamp. So that lock feature is very nice, but your headlamp can still turn on. I've had it happen. So as far as weight, this headlamp weighs, let me turn on my handy dandy scale and I'll show you how much this headlamp weighs. It weighs 3.6 ounces. Now some people complain, 3.6 ounces right there, yes, that the headlamp is too heavy. Well, it's got rechargeable ability. So, do you want a headlamp, a standard headlamp that totally functions without rechargeable ability? Or do you want all these other cool features, dual mode, rechargeable and everything? It's going to be a little bit heavy. Now, for me, when I'm climbing, I'm carrying a 30+ pound pack, so a headlamp at this weight, I don't even care. It doesn't even mean anything to me. If you want an ultra light headlamp, this is definitely not the headlamp for you, but as you can see, it works very well. So you can charge it, plug it in. Let me get the instructions. As you can see, this is the English part of the instructions. The instructions are pretty intense for this headlamp. So if you're not a super techie, I don't recommend the headlamp just because, oh my gosh. But really, after you get the hang of it, it's really no problem. So I actually used this on Gannett Peak. It was a 4-day mini expedition out into the Wind River Range in Wyoming. I used the headlamp, turn it on, turn it off, charge it up, used different batteries and everything, and it worked great. So I definitely recommend this headlamp simply because it works well. I'm going to show you real quick what the beam pattern looks like. So I'm going to cut away just to show you what it actually looks like on a white wall so you have a good idea. Okay, we're going to try out the Black Diamond Revolt headlamp. I'm going to just turn it on and you can see the shape of the spot. I'm going to turn it on, lower the power down, and that's at minimum headlamp full beam power brightness. I'm going to press the button, power it up again. Boom. So below torching bright, very nice. Now I'm going to double click and I'm going to go to the wide field. Now it doesn't look very bright, but to my eyes, it's actually very effective. So I'm going to turn it up to full power, drop it down, and you can still see it's on. But click it over to the spotlight beam and it's got plenty of power. So in my high-tech studio of a bathroom, you can see roughly what the Revolt lamp looks like. And you can see the color rendition, actually really nice. So not too bad for a rechargeable headlamp. So this Revolt headlamp by Black Diamond, that rechargeable USB ability with a standard strap that is adjustable here, very nice. I can't recommend it enough. I'm going to put a link below to 2 different vendors on Amazon, depending on who has it. If you want a cool headlamp, I've definitely enjoyed this because now, for normal weather, I'm not having to blow huge money on lithium batteries. If I'm going to the ultra cold, I'll run these first down, then I'll switch to my lithiums, but it is pretty sweet. Can't recommend the Black Diamond Revolt headlamp enough. My name is Aaron Linsdau. I'm a polar explorer and professional traveler. Please like and comment on the video. Subscribe to the channel. Click that subscribe button again. It helps me bring this information to you. Also, please support me on Venmo, PayPal, and Patreon. Thank you very much for watching.